Welcome to Prime S4 demo session on freight dispute management in SAP Business Network for Logistics. I'm Bimal Shubhakumar, based out of Fort Worth, Texas, and I am with Oscar Dogan. He's based out of Turkey. An overview perspective, freight dispute management is the end-to-end process of validating carrier invoices and its discrepancy against the calculated charges in the shipper system. And its purpose is to ensure accurate freight cost settlement, prevent overbilling, maintain auditability, and strengthen carrier relationships. So in general, that is what a dispute management process is. And in SAP Business Network for Logistics is SAP's cloud-based collaboration platform that connects shippers, carriers, and logistics partners. And we have out-of-the-box integrations with SAP Transportation Management. So in general, BN4L reduces integration effort, improves visibility, and there are workflows available to manage dispute management. Before this, there is a prerequisite. We have done a video series, S4HANA Demo Series 4, where we have shown how TM and BN4L integrates and the end-to-end scenario of freight collaboration processes showcased it. So I've given that link. Please go through it. That showcases how TM and BN4L works, and a part of dispute management is shown there also. But in this demo, we are focusing in depth into the dispute management in Business Network for Logistics in detail, right? So there are 4 use cases that we can think of based on our experience in implementation. And the first use case is auto approval without tolerance. So this is a scenario where the dispute, when the incoming carrier invoice is exactly equal or within a tolerance of whatever charges that we estimated as the freight cost. So in that situation, if it is within the tolerance of a percentage of 5%, 2%, we can define that, or a fixed amount of $50 or $30, whatever we define it. If it is within that tolerance, or if it is exactly same, there is an auto approval process, right? So that people need not spend effort into disputing it, because the effort put in that may not be relevant, or it is immaterial to the dispute amount. In this scenario, we are not showing in this demo, considering the time available. But this is a base scenario, and that is available. So what we are trying to show is use case 2. There is incoming invoice is outside the tolerance limit that we have set up for the variance. So a dispute document will be created, and it will be waiting for approval from the user. So that is the manual approval process, where a user intervention is required to check why the dispute amount, whether the base rate or fuel at a charge type level, why the dispute is outside the tolerance, and then approve it manually. Now, there is another use case. This is the key of this scenario, this demo scenario, where if the tolerance amount is above a certain limit, then it may need to go into a workflow process and go for higher level of approval, like a manager approval. For example, if it is more than $500 discrepancy between the calculated charges, a manager needs to approve it. Otherwise, a carrier sends a $5,000 or $10,000 invoice for an estimated charge of $2,000. We don't typically customers does not want one user to just approve it. There will be a threshold. So that is something that we will showcase in our demo. When it is above a certain threshold, once a user approves, it goes to a manager's queue, and then the manager approves, it is considered as fully approved. Now, there is a use case 4 that also we'll show, which is much more simple. It is centralized review and reassignment. In this case, there is not much of a threshold or a limit. Whenever there is a dispute, if it is outside the tolerance, typically it will go to one person. He will review it, and then he will assign it to the right person, and that right person can later on approve the process. It's a workaround situation, but this is very much required in many of the customers that we see. For example, if it is a rate dispute, it goes to the commercial team, but if it is a detention at the warehouse, it goes to the warehouse team to approve whether that detention was there or demurrage was there. So that is also an interesting use case, and BN4L has a little bit of a workaround to do that, and we will showcase that. That will suffice a good number of projects that we have worked on. So these are the things that we are going to showcase. And over to you, Oscar. We can see the demo in our system.
Thank you, Bimal. I'm Özkan Doğan, working as a SAP TM functional consultant at Prime S4. Today, I'm going to share how to set up the multi-step dispute approval process, tolerance range, and group in the system. First of all, we open shipper tenant in BM4L and go to the general settings. Firstly, we define tolerance range. We can give a name here, choose the currency. We can write as an amount or percentage here. For example, we define $50. Afterwards, we define tolerance groups. We can give a group name here. And in the document tolerance, we choose the currency and which we created tolerance range, the name here. And we can customize the charge codes here. And the range name here also. Here it means that anything which is less than $50, it will be auto approved. Anything which is more than $50, it will go to approval worksheet and basic user can approve. But we have to set up one more thing for second level, manager level approval. And we are going to define appointment and dispute settings with our source system ID and order party ID. This is the correct one we created. This is the approval conditions. Here, in the approval group, we will enter the same as the user group in the SAP IAS. Here we write our manager email address, choose the language, and in the conditions part, this is the important part, we choose our currency, we can choose amount or percentage, and we can define the amount of the money. Here, if it is $500 and above, it will go to second level for approval. Now, I'm going to show demonstration. I have created two freight orders. For these freight orders, the carrier is assigned, automatic charge calculation completed. I sent these freight orders to carrier, and the carrier confirmed it as well with BM4L. PGI is already done. Creation of the departure event is completed with the BM4L, the carrier tenant. Now I can go to the carrier tenant for creation of invoice. This is my carrier tenant. In the carrier tenant, for create invoice, we should go to this app, invoice freight documents. Here, as you see, there are two freight orders are ready for invoicing. I want to compare with my freight orders. One of them is this, one of them is this. I compared, they are correct. Firstly, I will create invoice with this. I will click the button. For example, I can write my freight order number here as a reference. I will go to charts button. this is my I want to add the charge code tools. I mean here I will make it a $200 for the process. I will save and submit. Yeah, one of them is submitted. I will create invoice for another freight order now. I want to copy for reference. Paste here, charts. Now I want to make an invoice extra more than $500 for showing the case. Let's make it $600. Save and submit. I have created two invoices for two freight orders, and this invoice should go to the shipper tenant for accept. I will go to my shipper tenant now. In the shipper tenant, in the manage disputes in this app, we can find these freight orders. I will click on this. In the for review tab, as you see, my freight orders are here. This one, it's extra $200. There is a dispute. This one extra $600. Now I will accept firstly this one for showing the message. As you see, this message is accepted and submitted. As a basic user, I can accept and submit it as well. Now I want to accept this one, which is more than $500. As you see, notification is different. This was submitted for approval to my manager. I want to show in this tab also. As you see, the $200 more, this is the result. And another one, this freight document is to be approved for my manager, Bimal. Now, these steps will be by Bimal. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Oskan, for that wonderful demo. So now, as soon as Oskan has completed the approval from the user side, the manager gets an email like this. So I'm just sharing that email. So in that email, it mentions that there is a dispute required for that manager needs to approve, and that dispute ID is available. So I can click on that dispute ID and go inside the BN4L system. So this can be even done on a mobile app. So the manager need not use the system all the time. So this can be logged in, and it will directly land into that page, which is the Manage Disputes app. And it says that it is for approval, and it is the tolls which is going out of range. And we can actually see what is the full value and what was the freight document value. You can all manage it. So we can see that tolls has an additional charge, which is $600, which is above the threshold, and this dispute. So manager can review all these things, and you can put notes and attachments and all, and then he can do the approval. So once you approve it, this will be going into the resolve status, where we can actually see that order, which is 9101, that we just approved it, and it is in resolve status. So this goes back to TM, and subsequent accruals, delta accruals can be posted, and then invoice can be posted for finance, right? So this is at a high level how we can do multi-level dispute approval. Now there is, as I mentioned, there is a fourth use case, which is like we don't need all these kind of multi-level scenarios. All we need is it will go to one person who is a centralized manager who looks at the dispute and then assign it to the right set of people. So that is another use case. So I'm into the shipper tenant where I am going to manage disputes app. Here I can come and see there are a lot of orders for review and other options are available, right? So here what we can do is we can go to add a comment section here is available. So I just added that comment section through our folder here. And then we can put a comment like this, right? So for example, in this one, I can go and click on say that at Oscar or Oscar, please check tolls again, right? Something like this if I do. This is like you can actually do this, and then in adapt filters, you can come and click on comments, and then here you can come and say Oscar here, like star but star. So if Oscar joins and see which all are the disputes assigned to me to approve by the central administrator, he can come and see this and he can approve it. It's a kind of a workaround, but this works perfectly fine for many customers because if there is a fuel surcharge issue, it will go to the contracting team. If it is a demurrage issue, it goes to the warehouse team. So like that we can see, and then once they come here, they can review it, accept and approve, right? So that the approval is going to the right person rather than based on the threshold of dispute and other things, right? Depending upon the kind of dispute that is there. So for example, like here, now if I remove all these comments and all, I see all the disputes here. Now, for example, the Swati as a warehouse operator is coming or she can come into this dispute work list tab, and then she can do this assign which all are the disputes assigned to me to approve within the company. She can do this comments, and then she can also come and save this view, right? So this adapt filters, we can go and then we can save it as a view, and then that view will take care of. Uh, Next time you don't have to put that view, right? So here you'll see that there are two orders that needs to be there, and then we can they can review it and approve it. So this is another simple process which many customers use it, and this gives us the overall perspective of how dispute management can be managed in business network for logistics. There are other scenarios too, but this is a commonly used scenarios, right? One is from the dispute threshold perspective, if it is outside the tolerance and there are multiple levels of approval required, or it is just a reassignment of dispute by a central administrator. That's all from today. Thank you for sharing, spending time and checking this demo. If you have any doubts or any questions, please feel free to contact at prinesfor.com. Thank you.